All right, so let's take a look at how we might be able to make our bridge here in West Point. We've got 4 tools in the toolbar, and up at the top we can change the type of materials we're using to make our bridge. Starting with this tool right here, this one will let us make lines. It will let us connect 2 dots together. And so if I took, and right now when I draw lines, I'm adding a solid bar carbon steel 140 by 140. And so I'm going in here, putting this in. I'm going to see if this bridge would work. This is just flat pieces of steel connected together. What do you think? Is this bridge going to work? Well, we can test it out. We can go to test, load test, and it's actually going to say that our bridge, our structural model is unstable. And it gives us an idea of what we might want this bridge to look like with these little blue squares. And so let's try to do that. Looking closely at this, we need more dots. And so we're going to go to the joint tool right here. And I need to add some joints. And so I'm going to put them straight on top of the joints that are already there. Now, of course, you can do this another way. This is just what the program is recommending. And then we're going to take the metal bar, make some connectors coming in. I'm just making these into squares. You can do whatever you feel like doing. I'm just trying to recreate what I saw in that little help dialogue. Something like that. And now we can test it out. So we can go to test, load test. It's not going to work, but it's going to be closer. You can see right here that this piece at the top failed. It totally gave out. The red means that there's too much compression where it's being pushed together, and the blue, the purplish color, means that it's being pulled too much, like there's too much force on it. So what we can then do is go to test drawing board, and we can see visually where the issues were. And I'm going to select it all with the arrow. It's going to select all my material, and then I can come in, I can change some of the elements of this bridge. Maybe make it hollow tube, see what I can do here before I test it again. Now, of course, we're trying to make an inexpensive bridge. We're trying to make one that is cheap. And so we want to keep going back and forth to the drawing board and trying to just fix what we need to fix. Right here, these pieces obviously did not have the structure they needed. Neither did these top pieces have the structure they needed. So let's try this again. Test, load test. And we'll start to eventually get to a spot where we have a bridge that will go across, that will allow the structure to go across, that will allow the truck to go across. So tools, test, load test. Let's see. Is the truck even going to try? Oh, he's trying. Oh, but it broke over there. And by looking at where it's breaking, is how we can decide how to fix it, right? And so going in, changing the material, we can change anything we want about this. It's going to affect the price. We can test it again, do a load test until we get a bridge that actually functions. And so you can see right here that this bridge does not look pretty. It looks like no one would want to drive across it, but the truck actually succeeds in going across. So this one would pass, and we are at $434,000. You should be able to get this bridge for under $300,000. Something like this that works if you keep trying. Lots of things to consider here. I intentionally put the diagonal triangle pieces like this. What do you think would happen if I switch them around? Let's take a look together. So instead of them going the other way, let's flip them this way, flip them backwards, and see what we can notice from that. So I'm going to put them this way, same bridge otherwise. Let's go to a load test, see what happens. Okay, well now, does it look better or worse? You know, that's an interesting question. Consider going back in the video and seeing what it looked like before. You're going here. The status is green. We're good with this bridge, but keep working on making yours less and less expensive. All right, Bengals, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, reach out. Tag the problem, try it yourself, acquire knowledge, and if all else fails, get up and go get help.